Welcome back to our channels, Warriors. We are still growing. If you haven't had your homie that left his wife for the girl that belongs to your yarda, smash that subscribe button. Go and have him smash it right now. First and foremost, let me give a shout out to the following patrons: Nathan, Scott, Mika Boy, Ramon, Lead With Love, Johnny, Charles, Albert 12, Valentine, Soulstar LA, Coach Ken, Marshall, John Wick, Miguel, L, AI Vega, Claudia, Esquiel, Miguel, Let Our Actions Under the Christ, Big Bad 48, damn, that's a lot of Miguels, JT, Nova, Jack, Linda, Mission Go Wolverines, Marius, Javel 66, Gigi, Abuelita's Journey, and Douse Herrero. If you have not already signed up for that Patreon and you want access to exclusive content and add it to that shout out list, make sure you hit that link in the description below. You do not want to miss out. This episode right here, man. This one right here is going to be a part 2 to the one I dropped yesterday, titled Lust in CDCR, where I kind of skimmed the surface. Right? Somebody tapped into that comment box. I made sure to pin that comment to the top, and they called it Ratchet buffoonery. Oh, man. Ratchet buffoonery. Okay, from here on out, moving forward, us as Warriors will refer to that as Ratchet buffoonery, right? So when you see it at work, it's gonna happen, right? This whole message for today is to not do it, right? Like, damn, that's some Ratchet buffoonery right there. So somebody else shot me a DM on Instagram. It's like, hey, man, you played it soft. You played it soft on that one right there. I'm like, I did, right? As you guys know, that playing it soft is not my style at all, right? I did suffer from ED while working in the California Department of Corrections for 16 years as an officer, sergeant, and lieutenant. Let me clarify. That's just a joke, right? Don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. So, here we go. Every lesson I learned in life, I learned the hard way. That's a fact. No matter how much advice people try to give me, no matter how many examples people try to give me, that's not the way your boy was built, and I just had to go fucking see for myself, touch that hot stove, right? Oh, man, that shit burnt me, right? So, I'm going to tell you guys how I met my wife, right? When I came back from Iraq in the year 2005, after a 13-month deployment to Balad, I was self-medicating. Right. I was suffering from undiagnosed PTSD. I was wilding out. I was wilding out. I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing, hooking up with chicks I more than likely probably should not have been hooking up with, and just wilding out. Right. Wilding out. I got a little job at a little gym called Jocks and Jills in El Centro. There I am, the new guy, right? New polo shirt representing. Well, in that gym, there was a daycare, right? And there was a girl that was working the daycare. She was my coworker. It's like roughly around my age. At the time, I was 21. Imagine that. 21 with a bullet, I think. Or maybe they say 18 with a bullet. One of the two. It didn't take long. I start talking to her. She has a boyfriend. That boyfriend ain't me. Let me clarify that. Talking to her, right? And, I don't know, a couple months go by. Maybe sooner than that. And she wants to introduce me to her best friend. I'm like, hell yeah, bring them. The more the merrier, right? Bring them all. Told you. Your boy was wilding out. I kind of had a nickname in the past, right? I kind of had a nickname, and since I'm being transparent, the nickname that was given to me was Hector. Hector, right? Not to be misconstrued for Hector, my first name. So, you guys see how I was wilding out, right? Just couldn't stay still. And turned up. She's like, hey, I want you to meet my friend. I want to introduce you to my friend. I'm like, yeah, for sure. Bring it. Bring it. There was a bar called My Buddy's Place. That was the name of the bar in Imperial. They used to be my stomping grounds. That used to be my stomping grounds during that period of time. Like, yeah, for sure. Let's meet up there, whatever. I was already drunk, right? I've been sober for 12 years. There's a reason why I'm sober, right? It got too out of hand. So, the person that she introduced me to is now my wife. Right? This was the year 2000, early 2006, had to have been, or late 2005. We're in 2023. Oh, your boy's a charming individual. She introduces us right there in the little dance area, and then she goes to the bathroom. I'm like, oh, this is great, right? So what I say is, hey, why don't me and you leave so-and-so and get on up out of here, right? She looked at me in disgust, right? Friend comes back. My wife tells her, hey, let's go. This guy's an asshole. You need to stop talking to him. Let's go. Boom. They leave. I'm like, whatever. I don't care. There's a whole freaking bar full of chicks, right? Okay, I was single. I was wilding out, right? The next day, my coworker's pissed off at me, didn't want to speak to me at all. I'm like, hey, what's your problem? Oh, you're an asshole, you're a dick, you shouldn't have done that. I said, look, you have a boyfriend, right? And I'm not him. So, ask your friend if I can have her number. She looked at me like, damn, motherfucker, don't stop. He's a savage, right? So I'm like, she's like, fine. She hits up my wife, my current wife now, and says, hey, this dude wants your number. She's like, fine, just give it to him, tell him he can only text me. All right, cool. Well, check it out. Your boy was a fucking scrub. A scrub? There was a period of time I was living in my truck. There was a period of time I was living in tweaker pads. Literal tweaker pads. Listen to what I'm telling you. I was fucking wild with it. There's a reason why I'm so calm and chill and full of wisdom today, right? Because I was a fucking force to be reckoned with, and not a good way. I didn't have a cell phone. I called her from the house, my parents' house phone, like a old school, right, 80s kid. And just chipping away. And I'm going to let you guys know, my wife is a good girl. She is a good girl. She is a great woman. She is a great mom. She's a good person. It was me that was not that way. Right? We start talking through the academy. And we set it up to where, hey, when I graduate the academy on a Friday, because my wife was already living in San Diego. Your boy was living in the Imperial Valley. In between Brawley, El Centro, and everywhere else, I could fucking find a place to sleep. Right? We were talking. We set it up to where through MySpace. Imagine that, your boy through MySpace. You youngins don't be knowing nothing about that. Where I was going to spend that weekend with her up in San Diego after graduation. And that is exactly what happened. First date. It's like March. It was March 16 or March 7. It was March 16 because it was St. Patrick's Day. I'm not going to forget that because I used to drink. It was St. Patrick's Day. We went out, right? And ever since then, it was on and cracking as far as relationship. I had never been in a long-term relationship, right? Imagine a stallion that has not been broken in yet. Out in the fucking, in the mountains, right? Just eating its hay. Well, they don't eat hay out there. Eating the grass and just minding his own business, right? Just wilding out there. There was a learning period, a learning curve to this whole relationship, long-term relationship. My wife was living in San Diego. I was living in Imperial Valley. I started at Centinela State Prison, home of the level 4 killers. Now, I can't say that. The Palapad people are going to get upset and say, you're not a level 4, we're a level 4. Well, there was Charlie R, that was level 4. Don't trip. I always be throwing you guys love anyways. Golly gee. So, within 6 months, my wife and I move into an apartment together after dating for 6 months, a 1-bedroom apartment in La Mesa, right? Your boy is still not broken in yet. Not quite the house cat yet. Well, in the 1-bedroom apartment, as soon as you walk in the door, there was a white shelf. A shelf. Underneath the shelf were cupboards that you can put like blankets, towels, and stuff like that. It's a nice little white area, flat, perfect spot for me. It was a 1-bedroom. This is what I tell my wife. I said, hey, you can have everything. You can decorate everything. You can put whatever you want anywhere. Leave me this space right here. My wife hates this story. Just so you guys know, my wife absolutely hates this fucking story. But it's the truth. What do you want me to tell you? I figured out, right, because I've done my research. This is called an oh shit test. Girls be giving you oh shit tests to see how you're going to react, to see if they're going to make you their mate or not, right? Like lions. Oh, and I passed the motherfucker with flying colors if this was, in fact, a test. I tell my wife and my girlfriend at the time, hey, leave me this white spot. I'm going to put all my army pictures here, my army medals. This is going to be my shrine. Don't you touch it. Don't you look at it. You can have the whole entire apartment. She's like, oh, okay, cool. So here goes your boy, gets his box of goodies, right? All my army pictures, right? There's your boy, my little infantry stuff. I go to work, third watch, which is 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. I commuted from 8 years from La Mesa to Centinela. That's 2 hours one way. And back, that's 2 hours the other way. That's 4 hours total. So I go to work at 2 p.m. at the prison. I come back at midnight. I get home around midnight-ish. Right by the Grossmont Center in La Mesa. I'll be damned. I'll be damned if there is not a picture of my wife's nephew right in the middle of all my army pictures. I'm like, oh, hell no. Hey, what is this? What the hell is this? Oh, it's a picture of my nephew. Ha, I know what it is, but what is it doing there? Oh, no, why? I just liked it. I think it's going to go there. I'm like, didn't I tell you that you can decorate this whole entire apartment, but I want this. Yeah, but that's cool. It's going to stay there. I'm like, the hell it ain't. Move it. Nope. Move it. Nope. So your boy got it and kind of threw it into the trash, right? Little drastic, right? A little drastic. I told her, let me have this. She wouldn't let me have it. Conflict, right? Conflict of interest. Right off Cats and Dogs. Itchy and Scratchy show from The Simpsons. So if that was a test, I passed. You probably thought, oh, what are the essence of a man? I got to have this one. Motherfucker needs to be broken in real good. Oh, boy, did I get broken in. This motherfucker thinks he's a somebody, right? This motherfucker thinks he's a somebody, right? So it was fucking like that for a while, right? It was like that for a while. Just a whole lot of test, buffoonery, which would later ensue to some ratchet buffoonery, right? And I'm telling you guys, I'm never going to come up here and paint myself like an angel or like, hey, cast a finger on people, even though I don't be exposing people, right? Unless you're a corrupt manager in Sacramento. But to think I'm gonna give myself a pass is not accurate, right? You guys are gonna hear it. So some of the stuff that I've seen in the department. Yesterday, I just gave you the Costco appetizer. Today, I'm going to give you the entree. I'm just going to start firing off, right? Not going to give any names at all for sure, but I'm just going to start firing off. There was a homie of mine that was a CO. He happened to be sleeping with a partner with the wife of another CO, right? Mind you, the other guy's married. So he would get upset every time him and his wife would go on dates, right? He would just lose his fucking mind, get upset. He would check the holiday book. You can check who's been taking time off. And he'll be like, oh, he took the day off. He would call the girl up, right? He is the Sancho. Would call the girl up. What did you guys do? Huh? What did you guys do? I see that he took a day off. What did you guys? Crazy shit, right? And you're like, they went on a vacation. This married couple went on a vacation. This guy's like, what, did you guys have sex? Did you guys have sex? I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube, but she's like, no, we didn't. This fool ate it hook, line, and sinker. Everybody's looking at this fool like, hey, you lost your damn mind, right? Have you lost your mind? What are you doing, right? It was turned up. There was another case and scenario where a correctional officer was madly in love with a married woman. She was also a CO. Well, with these ratchet buffooneries and alcohol and lust and, you know, the sex is on fire like that song goes, she decides she doesn't want to be with this individual no more, right? Like, hey, your time's up, right? Time's up. Well, I'll be damned if he didn't get into a drunken stupor, call her and is like, hey, no, I love you, I miss you, I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to fucking kill myself. She gets on the phone, calls the local police department, and sends the police to his house. He's a CO, correctional peace officer, mind you, and says this dude has suicidal ideations. This dude's going to kill himself, right? Calls the watch commander, hey, lieutenant, that officer, man, woo, might want to go do a security check on him. I just broke his damn heart, right? Oh, fuck. Well, she earned a nickname that would follow her through the rest of her short-lived career, right? I'm not going to give up the nickname because it'll be identifying people. Oh, that was like, god damn, how embarrassing is that, right? The dude has a great sense of humor, able to laugh it off, but how embarrassing is that? Everybody knows everything. It's like, damn, bro, it ain't that fucking serious, right? You're over there in a fucking straight jacket, right? Because the pee is so good, right? You're like, I can't. If I can't have it, nobody else can, right? Oh, fuck. Now let's talk about last names, right? Yeah, maybe this type of ratchet buffoonery goes on in other workplaces, but it's not as turned up as what the California Department of Corrections. And we wear name tags, right? We wear a badge on one side and your last name tag on the other. Well, I'm going to do a pop quiz for the audience out there. How many times have we seen the name tag change upwards to 4 or 5 times, right? And it's like, hey, Mrs. Sanchez. It's like, oh, it's not Sanchez anymore. Well, what is it? It's Searles. Searles? Oh, okay. Well, what's it going to be tomorrow, right? Rodriguez, Martinez, right? And that's the thing is when you're a new cop, when I was a new officer, you're like, oh, hey, so-and-so. Or an old OG would be referring to that person as their former last name. And then you kind of have to put two and two together. Then they'll break it down to you. Oh, yeah, that's her maiden name. She's been married this many times. She's gone through this many last names. It's like, oh, okay, it all makes sense now. So this isn't a fluke. Again, none of these are flukes. And this is a problem that plagues up and down the state of California. I know it because you guys were tapping in on my comments yesterday. And I was loving it. I was sitting back like, man, keep them coming, right? The comments. There may have been a case when a male correction officer who had a loving, big, giant family was messing around with a female CO. And they may or may not have been watching a Disney Channel at home, good family night, when lo and behold, one of those sex text messages come through from the iPhone and gets broadcasted across the whole entire screen for the whole entire family to see from the Sancha, right? That's never good. That's never good. It's like, oh, hey, motherfucker, you just covered your own eyes. That is ratchet buffoonery, right? Here's a good one. Associate warden type that's soon to be a chief deputy warden soon, coming to a desert prison near you. There was a female CO. ISU type, investigative service unit. The rat type, the type that likes to tell them their partners. Not a good type, right? A type that has a history for being a homewrecker. You know, there was girls that consider themselves homewreckers, and I'm like, nah, you're not a homewrecker. Like, that was already fucked to begin with. But this one, legitimately, I be seeing the pattern, right? Your boy be sitting back with the popcorn, like, there goes another one, there goes another one. Like, almost thriving, like, let me see how many marriages I can break up. Well, yeah, yes, and yes. Breaks a poor dude's heart, man. Fucking leaves his fucking family for her. She ain't gonna last. She ain't gonna hang around. Why would she? That's not the whole point. Point is to be like the Black Widow mentality. Wrap you up in a little web. Well, I'll be damned if this AW wasn't rumored to be hooking up with this CO. The wife of the AW may or may not have been crying and screaming through the staff entrance. Ah, look what she's texting him. Ah, right. And it's like, oh, geez, man, calling. Hey, did you just let me tell you what just happened? Rewind the tapes. We got tapes now, AVSS. The fucked up thing about that story, and that's not even the fucked up thing, mind you, is that AW was the EEO, Equal Opportunity Sexual Harassment, the head person in charge. The EEO, fucking forgot what it's called. It's been a minute. You know, the one in charge to investigate these type of things. Well, I told you that ISU person ratted on the whole entire squad. And now you have the person in charge of EEO sleeping with this claimant. Tell me that's not a conflict of interest. Tell me that's not a conflict of interest, especially when officers start getting fired over that incident or alleged incident. It's like fucking ratchet buffoonery. If I had $1 for every married person, and I'm going to tell you this to give you for you guys to stop. Stop. I can't watch it anymore. And it's not funny and it's not cute because there's families at stake. There's kids, right? There's kids. I have a daughter. This whole spiel, I was going to end it with saying that I have a daughter now and things happen for a reason, right? God be blessing me with the karma. That's what he gave me, a little beautiful baby girl. So it's like, man, I'm telling you, your boy had to put the e-brake on. Your boy was going so fast, I just had to go. Fucking stop what you are doing, Hector, now. So, if I had $1 for every correctional staff member that I seen leave their family, leave their spouse for another partner, I would have thousands of dollars. The heck, that's not true. I would have fucking thousands of dollars, right? Because I've seen the same cycle repeat over psycho. I've seen the same psychos repeat the same cycle over and over again, right? It is not to be taken lightly. It is wild. It is ratchet buffoonery at its worst. And then you would see them end up hooking up with another coworker. And I would joke, right? Like, it got so point that I became sadistic about it. And I would be like, hey, you think that one's going to last? We just start laughing, right? Because I don't know if the new person knows or not that they're not going to last. I don't know if people are blindly going into love and just like hoping for the best and wishing for the worst. But I don't know what type of fucking Twilight movie, or the Notebook movie you think that meeting anybody under those conditions is going to last. Just being reasonable, keeping it real. There's going to have to be probably a part 3 to this. And I'm going to end it with this. I'm not exempt from the fucking ratchet buffoonery, right? I told you I was running amok when I was younger. It caused a lot of heartache, right? Caused a lot of BS I was dating my wife. I was engaged to my wife. I'm married. I've been married to my wife, right? So it's like, yeah, I've seen it all. I've seen a lot. I don't think I've seen it all because you just never get to, it always just never see this to amaze you. But the message for today is stop. Fucking stop, right? For the sake of your spouse, for the sake of your children, for the sake of not being the laughing stock of the institution. Man, I don't know if you be knowing that they be laughing. Maybe you don't care. Maybe the D is that good, you don't care. Maybe the P is that good, you just don't care. I don't know. Listen to somebody that knows what he's talking about. Keep pushing forward.